The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. With over 17,000 markets and extended trading hours, turn US earnings season volatility into opportunity. Get started at IG.com.
Stock of the day is New Hope Coal. The coal miner reporting net profit after tax of $340.3 million for the half year. That's up 35% compared with the prior corresponding period. It's reporting sellable coal production of 5.4 million tonnes, which is up by 33%. So it's really benefiting from a continued ramp up of the company's New Acland mine. And during the first half, New Hope increased its equity interest in Malabar Resources to just shy of 23%. As part of the company's capital management program, it's also announced an on-market buyback of up to $100 million. Shareholders will also receive a fully franked interim dividend of 19 cents per share, which is up 17 cents on the prior period. And that's coming despite a decline in the coal price. Now on that, we had a viewer, David, sending us a comment a couple of days ago saying, I realize the coal prices are around cyclical lows, so is it the ideal time to add to my position? Presumably he means in Aussie coal miners. Michael Wayne from Medallion Financial, I'll start with you.
So yeah, New Hope, one of the high quality coal miners on the ASX, probably in the same basket as Whitehaven Coal. They do trade on very low multiples and have been sort of spitting out some very good dividends. And this is sort of the question going forward for a lot of coal companies. Are they able to recycle that cash into the business, go out and purchase other assets? Because it's become very difficult to get new mines off the ground. So they are sort of seen as a bit of cash cows at the moment, but they are somewhat ex-growth in the long term given the lack of opportunities on the horizon. Also, that one thing to take into account with these coal miners is exactly what type of coal they're mining. There's obviously thermal coal, which is used in the electricity production, and then there's coking coal, which is used to produce steel. New Hope is primarily thermal coal, but does have increasing exposure to coking coal. So that's, again, something to take into account. It's not an area of the market that we've been too heavily focused on. There are obviously some longer term headwinds and poor sentiment towards the coal space overall, but that has meant that they are trading on very low multiples but spitting out large dividends. So again, it's very hard to predict the coal price and hard to get a true valuation on these companies given their unique long-term proposition.
So if you're in it, you'd hold it, or would you take some profits?
I would probably hold it, just given where it's trading in that longer term range, and probably look to be more active around this. If it trades up to the top end of the range, maybe sell it, and that way you can collect the dividend along the way as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's actually I think a very good opportunity to take advantage of the sentiment argument. The sentiment argument, and there was quite a period there where some of the coal miners went down to PEs below 4. Because there was, coal's history and the climate change, blah, 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 and it's all going to be, these will be stranded assets and won't be worth anything. That's have not been proven to be true. And my understanding is our coal exports have been increasing every year and they've never gone backwards. So there's still plenty of demand. Europe's been importing more coal because they closed down a lot of their nuclear reactors, which was a genius move. Anyway, I'm very bullish on it. I think obviously it has commodity risk, but it's done very, very well with its new structure, and even with a lower commodity price, it's bumped its earnings up significantly. It's on a 6.6p as of yesterday, and we're showing a return turning about 16% a year on a margin of safety and about 50% on our default metrics. So its EPS growth rate's been 42% average over the last 6 years, which is outstanding. So, and it's really cheap, and it's paying over a 10% yield. So you add all that up and go, well, I would forget what the commentators say about the future. I remember talking to a director at Glencore, which is the biggest commodity trader in the world. They were saying they were racing around the world trying to buy as many coal mines as they could, and they bought some of BHP's as well, because it's nearly impossible to get new mines up now from an environmental point of view. Therefore, those assets are guaranteed to do really well over their life. And we aren't changing anytime soon where we can flick the switch and get rid of all this baseload power, or turning it into green. It's not. Eventually it might happen, but it's not in our investing time frame. So I'm so it's a buy.
That's a buy. And that was the stock of the day, being New Hope coal. You're always surprised sometimes by how the things wash out.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Turn volatility into opportunity this US earnings season with extended trading hours on over 110 key US shares. Get started at IG.com.